What's going on, all you sports and gambling fans out there? Today I'm talking some NFL, and in this case it's going to be about the NFC teams that have been affected by the no expanded playoffs. Now, everybody wants to watch football. I mean, it's something that we pretty much want to happen all season long and all year long. I mean, right now that we are in off season, it's kind of stressful, and people tend to have issues with, letting go of all this. But hell, it's a part of it all, and we have to make dues with it. Anyways, let's start with Detroit Lions. I think that there's no doubt that Green Bay is going to be a heavy favorite to win the NFC North for the 5th straight season, especially after being able to re-sign receiver Randall Cobb and top offensive lineman Brian Bulaga. Now, the Lions were a wild card team last season and probably should have won that Dallas game if not for a couple of very, very questionable calls that actually went in the Cowboys' favor. Now, no way that Detroit can be considered as good as 2015 after losing one of the NFL's best defensive linemen, maybe the second best defensive player overall. Detroit had to also say goodbye to fellow tackle Nick Fairley and running back Reggie Bush. Their NFC title odds to win it are plus 2,000 in the sportsbooks. Now, the next team on our list are the Arizona Cardinals, and I hope they do land Adrian Peterson, but that's pretty tough, and I doubt we're going to see that. Anyway, Seattle should win the NFC West again, bearing a significant injury to any player at all. Now, well, I guess I would have to say maybe more specific to Russell Wilson. But anyways, they also added a Pro Bowler in Jimmy Graham in that trade with the New Orleans Saints, which is kind of not really clear why it happened or anything, at least from the Saints fan perspective view. But anyways, Sean Payton has the idea of what he's doing with that team, and I should trust him. Anyways, moving on. Thus, the Cardinals are going to probably get their playoff via a wild card again, as they did last year. Now, the key for them is obviously to keep Carson Palmer healthy, and to try to avoid kind of a disaster like it happened last season at the close. Anyways, Arizona has also been mentioned as the destination for Adrian Peterson, like I said. So hopefully they might be able to land him, but I highly doubt that that's going to happen anytime soon. Anyways, their NFC title odds are at plus 1,500. And next up on our list, we have the St. Louis Rams, or the LA Rams, or the who knows where Rams, but they're going to be the Rams at least, and that's what we do know. Anywho, like the Cardinals, the Rams are pretty much blocked from reaching the playoffs by winning the NFC West due to Seattle. St. Louis already has a playoff caliber defense and also added that Lions Nick Fairley. Now, what this team has always needed is a quarterback, and they did get an upgrade at least at the receiver area. Now, the former problem, that was solved, I would say, by bringing in Nick Foles with the trade that they did to Philadelphia, sending injury-prone Sam Bradford. But I don't know. I mean, they really right now would probably fare off a little better if they picked up a quarterback in the draft, which they're probably going to do. But in any case, I mean, right now, Nick Foles is pretty much of a decent option. At least he's way better than what Bradford can offer and the two backup quarterbacks that they currently have. Their NFC title odds right now are at plus 1,900. Now, as far as the NFC South goes, unfortunately, Carolina did win last season, the NFC South Champion Division, 7-8-1 record, awful, ugly record. But, the Carolina Panthers did beat the Cardinals in the wild card game before losing to Seattle. Now, it's highly doubtful that the South winner is going to finish below the 500 mark again this season. But, anything could happen. Anyways, Atlanta has a new coach in Dan Quinn and great offensive weapons, but that's pretty much the norm for that team. The defense is a big issue right now. Maybe Quinn could fix that this season. I don't know. We have to see. As for the Saints, they're in a rebuilding process, I'd have to say. After trading Jimmy Graham and Kenny Stills, they kind of have something going on with the run game now that they brought in running back C.J. Spiller to kind of, I'd say, form a tandem or a two-headed monster with Mark Ingram. But either way, I mean, right now it's not clear what they're going to do with Breeze, because who's he going to pass the ball to? Anywho, I can say that Tampa Bay is probably going to be dead last again this season, as they're most likely going to land Jameis Winston, and they're probably going to have to throw him into the Shark Tank, fresh out of college. So I doubt that they're going to have a really good season. But hey, we have to wait to see what Lovie Smith does, at least with that defense side of it. Anyways, that's all for this segment. I will be back with more NFL news and odds very soon. Till then, for SBR Picks, this is Dax Floyd.